Hi everyone and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, I'm Casca and in today's video I'm going to be making a 1940s dress adhering to the strict rules of World War II rationing. The super awesome So Biased, Thistle and Stitches and the vintage Guidebook have created the World War II challenge. The point is to make an item of clothing based on the very strict rules of World War II rationing in the UK. During World War II there was a very high demand for textiles and materials had to be redirected to help the war effort. This led to shortages and massive price hikes for everyday clothing. To combat this, rationing of clothes was introduced in 1941. The purpose of this rationing was to help to distribute clothing to everybody who needs it around the UK. Initially, each adult was issued 66 coupons. These went towards acquiring various items of clothing. For example, a jacket would be 13 coupons and a shirt would be 5. Because there were only so many items of clothing, they needed to last. And that's why in 1941, the Board of Trade introduced the CC41 scheme. This scheme streamlined the manufacturing of clothing, making sure that there was enough to go around and they were built to last. In order to reduce waste of materials, manufacturers had to adhere to very strict guidelines. For example, a dress could have no more than 2 pockets, 5 buttons, 6 seams on a skirt, 2 inverted or box pleats, or 4 knife pleats, and no more than 4 meters of stitching. Rationing in the UK continued until 1944, and the CC41 scheme ended in 1952. Now, my plan. I do want to try and stick as closely as possible to the clothing that was around at the time, although my idea does stretch things ever so slightly. So, my plan is to do a skirt and a blouse. I originally wanted to do a pencil skirt because I've never made one before and thought it'd be a fun adventure, but it looks like they weren't around until the 1950s. I can, however, do a straight cut skirt, which I've also never made before, so should be fun. A big thank you to So Biased and Shannon Makes for helping me with my research. For the blouse, I'm going to add some gathers to the top at the front and the back, and I'm also going to do a peplum at the bottom. I've done some digging and found one item labelled CC41 which has a peplum, so I think I can get away with that. I'm going to use my block for this because I know that it fits me, so I'll only really need to do a mock-up to work out the gathers and the peplum. First things first, I will need to remove a section at the back and then add seam allowance to that bit. And then I'm going to remove this dart here by cutting a line from the top, cutting this bit out, and then when I join these that will open up this bit up here, and that's where I can have my gathers. I'm going to do the same sort of thing for the top bit, remove that bit, remembering to add my seam allowance back in, and then I'm going to leave my bottom dart, but I'm going to use the side dart here, so I'll be cutting like that, and then I can close that, and then that will open up this area where I can have my gathers. I hope that makes sense. If you want some really good tutorials on dart manipulation, then I'd highly recommend the Closet Historians videos. Right, time to get started. I laid out my pattern pieces on this super cute spotty cotton fabric I found. I then cut everything out. I serged all my edges and then stitched the darts in my skirt and blouse pieces. I tied off the ends by hand for a cleaner finish. Next, I stitched together my side skirt pieces. I then attached a placket to the back of the skirt. I'm actually legit happy with how neat this turned out. I stitched the back of the skirt together, leaving a slit at the bottom so it didn't restrict movement when walking. I finished off the placket pieces and then moved on to the blouse. I stitched together my back and yoke pieces. I then added gathering stitches to the back and front pieces. I gathered up the front and back to fit the yoke pieces, and I'm saying pieces way too much. I legit stitched this entire front placket piece with no bobbin thread and didn't even notice. I don't even know how that's possible. Looking back at the footage, it's clear that there's not actually any stitching there. Luckily, I did have a bobbin that was already wound with thread, so I could just pop that in and carry on going. I attached the plackets to the front of the blouse. I stitched in the ditch to secure the back. I attached my side and shoulder pieces. I sandwiched the bottom of the blouse between two waistband pieces. I then attached the peplum. The underside was stitched down by stitching in the ditch from the front. To finish the peplum, I did a small rolled hem. For the collar, I stitched along the long side, turned it right side out, and then attached it to the collar stand. I then stitched the two together, rounding the corners as I went. The outside of the collar stand was then attached to the blouse, and the inside was sewn down by hand. For the sleeves, I first attached the cuffs. I made a mistake here, can you spot it? I then stitched 2 rows of gathering stitches along the top. The 2 sides of the sleeve were then stitched together. The top of the sleeve was gathered down. Not too much, not Victorian levels of gathering here. And the sleeve was stitched to the blouse by machine because I was feeling a bit braver than usual. Finally, I top stitched the open end of the cuff because I messed up and attached it the wrong way round before. Okay, so 2 things. First off, I failed the challenge. It was the skirt. I messed it up. For some reason, my dyslexic brain read 4 yards of stitching as 4 yards of seams. So I didn't take into account any of my darts or the placket or anything like that. So I went over. The annoying thing is, if I hadn't put in any darts or anything like that, then I would have just scraped it. What can you do? I now see why during World War II A-line skirts were so popular, because you could take out the darts and only have a front and a back piece and really minimise how much stitching you had. I know that I could have just done a front and a back piece on my skirt, but in my head I got so caught up in it closing at the back and having the little slit up the back and stuff as well. So the second point though, I absolutely love this outfit, like seriously. And the blouse, I am pretty sure, does meet the CC41 criteria. I did all my measuring, the sleeves are within the right constraints, it's the right length and everything. It's only got 5 buttons. The only little embellishment I would say is the peplum, but it's only a short peplum, so I do believe that it is okay. The kind of storyline that I'm going to create for myself with this is that before rationing started, I got myself a really nice polka dot skirt. Then after rationing, I spotted a gorgeous blouse that happened to be in the same fabric as the skirt I already had, so I saved up my coupons and I got that. I seriously do love this outfit though. The fit is so nice and it's so flattering to my figure. I never thought I could wear an outfit like this. I think because I'd only ever tried on like pencil skirts and straight skirts that you buy in the shop, and obviously they are cut for the standard figure, which I am not. Same with shirts. Shirts, the waistline's never in the right place. So if I was to buy an outfit like this, it would probably look horrible on me. But because it is cut to be my exact measurements, I am so impressed with just how flattering it is. This has been such a fun challenge, even though I did mess up. I'd like to thank So Bias, Thistle and Stitches, and the Vintage Guidebook for hosting this challenge. If you'd like to take part, the deadline is the 8th of May, which is VE Day, and I will leave all the relevant links for joining in the description below. If you enjoyed this video and fancy giving it a little like, it would be very much appreciated. I love reading all your comments and I do my very best to reply to everyone, so anything you'd like to see, any constructive criticism, do let me know. And if you'd like to see more videos of me trying to make things, then why not subscribe and hit that bell so you'll be notified next time I upload a video. I do my very best to upload a new video every 2 weeks. Thanks for watching and I'll see you next time. Bye!